Hi, and sorry it has been so long since I've made a new video. I try to keep everyone updated on Instagram as best as I can. I'm gonna start a blog where I'm gonna really get into depth about the things that I talk about rather than like one paragraph. A lot of people have been asking me to do that, so I think that's appropriate in the next step. So what I'm going to do this week is, I'm going to keep it short, and I'm just going to keep everyone updated on the energies going around right now in the universe because we're all one, so we're all pretty affected by the same energy. So I always get a good idea of what I'm going through. I know that everybody else is going through. So after the new year, it was all about finding what you learned last year and applying it this year. So you may be taking on lessons of like, okay, say last year one of your lessons was speaking up for yourself and standing up for yourself and not thinking about what the other person is going to say when you speak your truth, because that was a huge one for me. And then I came into a situation where I didn't like the way I felt and I didn't like the way somebody was treating me. And me, normally, I would just sit there and eat it, and I would just be like, oh, well, that sucks, like, but if I say something, they're not going to like it. But then I took it upon myself, and I was like, but that doesn't make me happy. That's me trying to please this person. So I stood up for myself, and it was actually a very positive result. So I was pretty psyched about that. Now I'm definitely going to apply my assertion to people because that was a pretty big step for me. But anyway, I'm going to do an oracle card update of the energies and what's going around. I'm using the Archangel Michael deck by Doreen Virtue. A, I love her. B, this is a very special deck to me. It was given to me by one of my best friends. And it was my first one. It was me even understanding how to work with these because I always go off of intuition and like things that I feel, but it's very hard when you have an intuition and insight for everybody else, but you struggle. You don't have your own, and your ego steps in. Anyway, so these are really awesome. So I'm gonna... If anyone has oracle cards, what I suggest is, because our egos get so involved in everything that we do, so we'll second guess the card that we're supposed to pull out, and we'll be like, no, that wasn't the right one. But our intuition at that point in time was saying, yeah, that was the right one. So I just kind of, okay, that one wants to come out. I just shuffle. Now I'm going to look because, okay. So this is pretty much going to be how I feel the rest of the month and like the next like 2 weeks, like the tone of everything. So the first one that I got is write about your thoughts and feelings. So to me that means that everybody should kind of take a step back into things they've been through, because right now in this time period it's all about releasing. It's about releasing guilt. It's about releasing bad situations, bad people, and forgiving yourself, because you're not the person that caused it. Everything was a lesson. So we could still be carrying guilt from last year, because I know that I still carry some type of guilt from the past year of my life and thinking like, was it my fault or did I do this? But it wasn't. So write these things down and write down how you're feeling, what you've learned, and what you plan on changing about yourself. And instead of focusing on what negative has happened to you, focus on all the great things you took out of that negative situation. That's standing out to me right now. Take all the blessings and the good that has come from your past situations and let that help you be at peace. Oh, okay. Second card is forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. So that is further confirming, apply the lessons that we've had. Nothing was your fault, and let it go. Let it all go. Just write it down and let it go. Yeah, this is actually, Actually, the bottom, I'm going to read because I feel like I should. It says, I ask that you help me let go of self-blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. Thank you. A lot of what this card has to do with, too, is fear is very big right now. So you're going to keep having old fears coming back up until you truly release them. Until those old fears are fully out of your head, they're going to keep coming back up and they're going to amplify. And you're going to get scared and think like, is this my intuition telling me this? Like, am I going to get into a car accident? Is this going to happen? But it's just the universe helping you to let go of blame, fear, guilt, so that you're not carrying that around anymore. Because it's just hurting you. It's nothing, your intuition and nothing good will ever tell you something bad. Always remember that. When you feel something and you're like, oh, I feel good about this, but then you're like, well, what could happen? What could happen? What could happen? This could happen. This could happen. Know that that's your ego stepping in, and that's your ego trying to keep you into a place of fear and guilt so that you can't move forward from those fears. It's a way of our human selves controlling us, and the biggest thing right now in the universe is letting go of all things that control us in a negative way. So if you're still holding on to past events, let them go. It's time to let it go. And, awesome. The next card is Eternal Love. So by releasing this stuff out of us, you are worthy of love. And I feel that that's something that a lot of people struggle with. They don't know that they are worth it. And people have a hard time believing that they can receive love and give it out. What this card is saying that it's pretty much law of attraction, I feel. If you're letting go of all the negative that has happened in your life and you're letting go of all the fear-based events that have happened to you, fill them with love. Fill everything with love, because love is the only thing that can conquer dark thoughts. So when you start going into anxiety or you have fear issues come up, like one of my biggest fear issues is rejection. So I'm always like, because obviously, like, I'm into all this stuff. I'm always like, well, I speak my true self to people, but do they actually accept me, or do they think I'm weird? Like, are they going to reject me? And then the other side of me, I'm like, but what? It doesn't matter. Like, this is who you really are. Own it. Like, you're a special person. But then the other side of me, I'm like, well, why wouldn't they like me because of that? It's like, it's this whole mess, and I know it's all fear-based stuff, and it means nothing. So the only way to cancel out that negative thought is I start thinking about everything that I love. So if I'm like, oh, anxiety, I'm like, I really love my dad. He's my best friend. And then I'm like, oh, I really love my sister. And then I'm like, I really love my best friends. And then I'm like, I loved the day I had at my friend Audrey's house yesterday. Or I love my cat and I love my dog. And I replace it with all loving thoughts. Dark anxiety cannot exist where love exists. There's nothing dark, fear-based energy can't stand more than love. So kill everything negative, any doubt, any fear, any anxiety, kill it with love. Hope you guys got a lot out of that. I know I did, because this is something that has been coming up for me the past week, so I hope it applies to everybody. A lot of people also ask me what books I'm really into in terms of helping me with being an empath and all that stuff. The first one I always say is cool lighting. It's called Everything Happens for a Reason. There we go. This book has helped me so much. It's a good book in reminding you that point A has got you to point B. And if you didn't get over point A and go to point B, you would never be able to go to point C. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it resonates. It's a really cool concept. It touches on everything. I always, when I'm struggling with something, I always kind of come to this book, and I just randomly open a page, and okay, the page I opened up to is called The End of Blame. Last year, blame was a very huge thing for me. I blame myself for a lot of what had went on and what had happened, and now I know that it's fully being released, and there is no more blame. So, see, that was pretty cool. Second book I suggest to anybody who is empathic or energy sensitive. This book is a godsend. It's called Assertiveness for Earth Angels by Doreen Virtue. This book, within the first chapter, helped me to understand myself so much more than anything or anyone or any source on the internet, than anything has helped me with. So I suggest, this book is amazing. It is worth every penny. I suggest it to everybody. It helps you to stand up for yourself. It helps you to be like, well, because a lot of us, we people please, and we want everyone to be happy, and we focus on everybody except ourselves. And that's not how you should be living. That's an awful way to live. It's keeping yourself in a prison. And this book helps you to just understand all that about yourself. It's like reading it, and you're like, oh my God, this was written about me. Like, this must have been written about me. So it's super cool, and I suggest it to everybody. Another book that I have been in the middle of is Intuitive Heart Romance. A lot of us empathic people, energy sensitive people, were very, very guilty of having a really hard time in love and relationships because we feel stuff so much more deeply than other people. So when we get disappointed, it's beyond a level of normal disappointment. It's like you feel like you're literally cut open, and you feel like it's the worst pain you've ever felt, and you can't understand it, and you're also empathing the other person's feelings. So this is a really good book in helping you understand why we keep dating the same types of people, why we act the way we do, ways to help us not be as insecure or more worried about that person and their needs than our own. Because a lot of the times empaths will just see somebody and like the way they feel around them, and they might not even be good for you, but you're gonna keep trying to push yourself to stay with this person or be around this person when they don't even work for you, and you won't even step up and be like, hey, you do this and it bothers me because you're scared of rejection. It's a vicious cycle. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to make the blog. I'm not stopping anytime soon. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for, oh, I forgot to say who wrote this book. It's Servet Hassan. So, seriously, super awesome book. I suggest it to everybody. Thank you for bearing with me. I know a lot of people have been emailing me, and I have 100 emails in my inbox, and I really take my time, and I really put my heart into every email I get. So please, please, please don't think I'm a bad person. Don't think I'm neglecting you. I promise I'm getting to everybody. I just really put my whole heart into every email I get. It's not a general response that I give everybody. It's not like a automated service. It's like I'm really pouring my whole heart into helping everybody understand themselves and help them realize that they're normal and everything's okay, and give insight where I can. So I hope you guys have the best day. Thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to responses. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, my name on there is ALXMRCH. My name is spelled that way. It's funny because when I first got Instagram, I didn't want people that I didn't know to follow me because I was so empathic and so scared of people, and now I'm like, follow me, I'll share my life and share everything I know. So that's really funny looking back at. But have the best day, and if you are on the East Coast like me, by New Jersey, go outside, play in the snow, be in nature. There's no better way of grounding yourself than being outside and playing outside and just being around nature and trees and all that stuff. So, okay, go outside, play in the snow. Be safe driving. Have a good one.